In a quiet village surrounded by endless green fields and deep forests in India, there lived a boy named Kathir. He was like most boys in his village, humble, hard-working, but with very few opportunities. His father worked tirelessly as a farmer, bending over the land from sunrise to sunset. His mother sold vegetables in the small market, her hands rough from years of labor. They didn't have wealth, but they had dreams. And Kathir, he carried one dream close to his heart. He wanted to become an engineer, not for fame, not for riches, but to change his family's life. Yet his journey didn't begin with advantages. Kathir had no Wi-Fi, no expensive coaching centers, and electricity failed half the time. But there was one thing he did have, something that doesn't depend on money or luck: discipline. Every single morning at 4:30 a.m., while the rest of the village slept under warm blankets, Kathir lit a small kerosene lamp. In that dim light, he opened his books and studied. He did it through the biting cold of winter, through the heavy, humid air of summer, through noisy days and silent nights. Even when his stomach was empty, even when power cuts left the house in darkness, he kept going. He didn't wait for inspiration. He didn't wait for the perfect time. He showed up day after day, month after month. Some of his friends laughed. They told him, "People like us don't become engineers." They called him a dreamer, a fool for thinking big. Kathir didn't argue. He didn't try to prove them wrong with words. Instead, he worked quietly, knowing something they didn't. Motivation is temporary, but discipline shapes destiny. Years went by. Finally, the day of the engineering entrance exam arrived. Kathir borrowed a bicycle and pedaled 15 kilometers to reach the exam center. He didn't have fine clothes or a branded pen, but he carried something far more valuable: preparation and confidence built through discipline. Weeks later, he stood outside a small internet cafe, his heart pounding. With trembling hands, he typed his roll number. The screen loaded slowly. And then it appeared. He had secured admission to a top engineering college with a full scholarship. He wasn't the smartest. He wasn't the fastest. But he had been the most consistent. And that made all the difference. Today, Kathir is not just an engineer. He is living proof that perfect conditions are not required, proof that discipline can outlast talent, can outshine fleeting motivation, and can defeat doubt. So the next time you feel like skipping the effort, think of Kathir, a small village, a dim lamp, and a fire inside that never went out. Because discipline builds dreams, even in the darkest rooms. Vocabulary list: resilient, able to recover quickly from hardship. Example: she remained resilient despite repeated failures. Tenacity, determined persistence in achieving something. Example: his tenacity impressed even those who doubted him. Perseverance, continued effort despite difficulties. Example: perseverance is often the bridge between dreams and reality. Relentless, never giving up or becoming weaker. Example: the relentless wind battered the village all night. Diligence, careful and persistent work or effort. Example: her diligence in learning earned her the top position. Fortitude, courage and strength in pain or adversity. Example: he showed great fortitude while facing tough challenges. Indomitable, impossible to defeat or subdue. Example: her indomitable spirit inspired everyone around her. Adversity, a state of misfortune or hardship. Example: he grew stronger by surviving adversity. Unwavering, firm and steady without change. Example: his unwavering belief in himself kept him moving forward. Restraint, self-control in action or emotion. Example: She showed restraint instead of reacting in anger? Want more stories like this? Click the video on your screen for more inspiring stories. Share what you learned in the comments.